Hello, hello, hello. I'm CarpieBoo, also known as John Doe, and we're gonna see a little raid happening on this Mouth AI. Now, what's happened here is the AI has gone Mouth. The guy who mouthed it, the AI apparently snitched on him. I really don't care about what happened. We're gonna be looking at the Captain POV. What's this video? What's the whole reason behind it? Well, recently, there has been a PR to remove universals and replace them with some other handgun that surely will be good. Maybe. Not really. But we'll see. As you can see, we have Captain here. And towards the end of this, you're going to see what one person, just a single person with universals, what that person does. For context, I believe I am currently at ATS getting my universals. So I'm gonna pop out of this blue space locker and chill. I am wearing the luxury hard suit,
Code
which
green.
it
The recent
has,
issues have been
I
resolved.
believe,
Crew
like
return to
10%
their work at
resistance. Here I
leisure.
am. Ashley Jackson, quite wholesome. I am currently, you cannot see it, but I do have my spy monitor up, or the observation kit. I'm currently seeing where exactly I am. I'm following myself in space so I don't get lost. I'm also seeing where, security and all these people are. Now, why exactly am I here at all? Well, my mission is actually to mouth the AI. Somebody already had done it. So at this point, I'm just trying to defend it. Another reason why is because I need the jetpack for my boy Lenny, little other syndicate who wants the jetpack. As you can see, quite the group. This is not all sec, not yet, but it will be soon. Because of this little guy. Will I use the light mode? Fuck no. You're gonna have to see this how it was in game. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. As you can see, luxury suit. Quite a baller suit, if I must say. Not amazing for combat. It is on par with the paramedic void suit, if not quite literally the same thing. At this point, I am currently just looking at my monitor. I see that Captain is here. They're chilling, but I also noticed that Olosek is also here, so I'm kind of just waiting for my right opportunity to bust in. I hear this thing go off, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go check it out. Let's take a gander. At this point, all I'm doing is just looking at my monitor. Obviously, even if I try to enter this fight, I'm just not gonna win, realistically. At least not yet. I need them to be preoccupied. I meant to say all of, Sekis and AI, letting my boys know.
Attention, code red. There is a known threat on the station. Security may bear arms and use lethal force if necessary.
Now they have a breach in. Now this little thing, this little hole is gonna be the end of them. If it wasn't for that hole, if they had just patched it up or something, there's nothing I could have done. Well, yeah, not nothing, but it would have been quite the pain on my ass. I noticed this guy walking around, so I stayed back for a little longer. I still see the sea, barely. See the lights. So I'm right here in this corner. I see him leave, and now I start to think, maybe I can push up now. So I slowly come here, and I notice, quick notice, this window is here. I notice the path. This window, if I were to try to go in, I'd have to destroy those with my universals, either getting in, or getting out. I'd rather not do it getting in because, didn't notice. So, I wait a little. I see what happens. I finally have eyes on the captain, and I realize that they're about to be a little distracted. Nobody's roaming here, and I can tell that on my monitor. I know that there's nothing. If I come in and get out, it is guaranteed. This fight is a guaranteed for me. So do the logical thing and kill Captain. Now I would have gone and gotten the pistol, but you know, I destroy it. And for now, I kind of just fuck off. I gotta go heal. I'll be back though. Going shot cap. Really? Now, as you may notice, this person kinda dying hard. They're not gonna get healed because they're not as important as the captain. They're not asking for heals. That's the main thing. And fucking okay. Little security advice. You cannot get shot, especially if you're like in a small room like this. If you have reinforcements here and you're in here, you cannot get shot by bullets. Now, if you get shot by bullets and you have low health, the funny happens. Now, this took me by surprise. Okay, one bullet. All right, sure, sure. I mean, I'll take it. Sure. Nobody notices. Not a single fucking person notices. Poor bastard here. I take him all the way around. Now, why am I doing this? Again, I cannot win that entire fight. Yes, I have universals, but I cannot win a 1v4. So a 1v3 might be a little more fair. Now, if this were another server, this person would have been over here, off the screen, gone, round removed, you know? But this is Delta. You're a terrorist, you have to be nice. At least, somewhat nice. All that I do here is just take off their armor. If they don't have a security armor, they're not gonna come out here. I really don't care what they have in their bag, but it's not Magnum ammo, so I just throw it away. Access, yada yada yada. I do take off their cords, which I shouldn't have done, according to the admins, and fair enough. Maybe I shouldn't have because this is Delta, and I'm gonna be nice. But this is the only person whose cords I take off. I'm informed that I should have not done it right after I leave, so I mean, I'm not gonna come back and just turn it back on. I nearly forget that this is Delta, so I bring back the body and leave it here. I'm like, okay, fair enough. They're right here. Now, I do bring back another body, so they can be found. Okay. Anyways, I come back. I take a little gander, and I notice that there's light here. I don't see anybody around. Again, I am looking at my spy monitor. I don't see anybody except for them. I take a gander. They turn around. I didn't expect that. And so I just go in. Now, the captain does something very interesting. He pulls out the sword and attempts to, you know, face battle. Don't expect anything to hit. The captain is now gone. I don't see them. I do notice the CE around, though. Trying to find the captain. As long as they're in space, I cannot see them in my monitor. At this point, I am quite literally just healing. I'm like, alright, full enough. Let's see if I can take another gander. And would you look at that? The captain actually decides to give me his gun, which is quite nice of him. I appreciate that. Here you go. Come over here, open it. They're not gonna notice it. Now, under this scenario, you have no reinforcements here. You have a dead guy that's getting healed. You just saw this. I mean, I get that Onis are tough, but they are not immune to bullets. You were the last person with health. Under this scenario, I would never push up alone. Let alone if I was the captain. But, he goes back. I'm smart enough. off the light, and that's that. At this point, I know that this person, they're not a threat to me. They cannot come here and stop me. So I go back for the gun. Again, they're healing. I know that. I take my gun and I leave. I take a reload. I say, yeah, let's take a few hot shots. Security at this point, they're kind of scrambled. I am running out of ammo. I'm also running out of heals. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I don't know why the CE would go from this safe position or just anywhere to following the jetpack. You cannot see the jetpack trail because it's a replay, but I, I don't know. Again, I'm not a tactician. Don't get me wrong. I'm not really a genius. I miss all my shots because I'm goated. This is space combat for you. 3 shots is just enough to make any unarmored target just fucking die, almost due to blood loss. I actually don't know if he dies. So let me just see this real quick. Uh-huh. Okay, fair enough.
Attention,
Now mind you,
code red.
through this all,
There is a known threat
I
at the
have
station.
at most
Security may bear arms and
15%
use lethal
pierce
force if
protection
necessary.
at best. So any proper half mag dump could have worked. Oh, if you're wondering, the lock computer is actually over here. The AI ordered the Borg to move it from here to the room next door, and I don't think they figured that out. I, come back and say hi to them. At this point, I'm just gonna go back, reload, heal, everything that I need to do. Now, something kind of funny happens, which I think it should pop up right around now. Yeah, I do a push. Now, why the captain is here, I have no fucking clue, but little piece of advice for any security that's in space. You do have jetpacks, so I suggest you wear them. If you don't have a jetpack, just go to the EVA room, honestly, and get one. Because there are scenarios where you can get stuck in space and you have to throw a lot of shit. And even then, it's just not good enough for combat. I kill the captain. I'm trying to take it. I'm gonna take this captain suit, and I need the jetpack. The captain suit is twice as good as the mining suit. And I'm like, I actually almost die here. So I don't test my luck. It is what it is. I didn't win that fight. You may notice there's nothing on his back. There is no jetpack. Now he's, trying to reload so he can shoot back. He could have just thrown out the ammo, I suppose, but, you know. Anywho, I don't think that you need to see what happens after this. Yep, there he goes. They already had 2 security officers down. Not like they noticed, which is kind of unfortunate. Even though Sarah does have the thing, and they do have their cords, at least one of them. They're healing. again. First trying to find where I'm at. Doesn't find me. Bungles. Doesn't do it either. I understand why these two are out, you know. That makes sense. Taunting the captain. I actually noticed that the AA is just here for some reason with a regular suit. And I'm seeing that through my little thing. Now, my thought process right now is maybe I can kill them through the window and then I'll make Cypher come over here and do whatever. Because it doesn't matter how many times that I attack. As long as the Corpseman is alive and doing their job, I cannot kill them all. I just can't. So I'm trying to see if I can shoot them through here. This is... I can't really see them at this point. Because they're already are leaving. Take a shot. Here's what I'm talking about. I don't think as Corpseman you are valuable in the front field more than you are in the back field. But you know, live your life, play however you'd like. It's just that you're kind of fucking over your entire team when you do that kind of shit. That's 5 shots and that's out.
The emergency has been called.
I don't know if they actually have jetpack. I doubt it though, given the way that they're playing. Horseman down. Same deal with them. Take them to where the other bodies were put.
Attention, code red. There is a known threat on the station. Security may
For the
bear
people that
arms and use
want
lethal
to
force if
tag
necessary.
without buying a hard suit, the luxury suit only slows you down by 15%. It doesn't provide too much protection, but the speed is what you care about. The second upgrade to this, if you want to keep that same speed, is actually the Corpseman suit. You actually have more armor overall, and you don't really lose that much speed. I believe it is the same slowdown effect of 15%. So it is just a straight up upgrade. So if you can kill the Corpseman, you achieve two things. You allow security to kill themselves over time, and you get a nice little upgrade. That is if you're not spending TC on a suit, which I did not. Thanks for the upgrade, sir. I appreciate you helping Antags. Keep trying to kill people one-on-one. Again, you really should never, but I'm not a security player. I'll be quite frank. So I don't really know what goes through the mind. Ah. Amazing dinner. At this point, I noticed that nobody's here. Except for Gertrude. I noticed that they have a lot of laser protection, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just... I don't notice that she's in this corner. I believe that she keeps... If she actually hadn't shot that bullet, I wouldn't have known where she had gone. That shot was the reason that she kind of just dies here, but we'll just let it play out. Again, this is a one-on-one. I have universals. She doesn't. I don't really need to play the rest of this, but I'm dragging her out, and you can kind of guess what happens. I mean, I'm in space. I'm dealing with the A-help. Can you please, like, not take off their suits and put them in space? That's round removal or close to it. I'm like, okay, I promise I'll be nice to Zach. I'll be a good boy. And so I let them know. You know, Gert is down. Big chillin'. I actually don't know if Jesus is canon, but let's just say that the records are on. Now this is very true. Do they ever save them? No. 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 Don't mind the noises. I have no idea. High Command has asked me to leave you all alone. Seems I'm too harsh. That is pretty much the end of the whole security scaffle. Um, I don't really do much of anything else here. I seem to look. This is evac at this point. There's one point of contention. Okay, let's see how we got here. Yeah. This is actually my target, but they didn't have an ID or they were showing their face. So I actually hadn't known until they spoke. I double checked and I was like, oh, this is my kill objective. Got the bolted. At this point, I'm just trying to kill the security officers that are trying to stop me. The game ends, alright? But security will continue to do as they wish. Fair enough. Again, just trying to kill a security officer. Everybody in the middle, kind of just taking it for fun, I guess. Engineer trying to stop me in their stupid box form or something. And I die. Well, that is essentially what universals are. They're a handgun. They have mags. The mags are 12 bullets, and they're all of them. They're Magnum, 45 Magnum. They're pretty good, but trying to get your hands on them is kind of abysmal. You do have to order them from, cargo. You have to go to ATS. You got to make sure that you order them at ATS or you emag at the request console, because if you emag at a request console, it actually doesn't tell people that. No, it does. It does. I'm bullshitting you. It still does in Delta. It shows that you bought it. But if you use a radio jammer, it doesn't. So if you want to spend extra TC and do that, you can. Although I don't see why you would, because they're being removed. Yay! How many people use the universals? I think it's 2 people.
Please stay away from
It's actually quite silly that not many more people use it. But enjoy them while they're still in game. Maybe by the time I upload this, they're gone. Yeah. Enjoy getting banned.